Hi, in this video you are going to see how we can test Ivy processes. First of all, let me introduce you to the process that I have here. It's a very simple purchase request. If I ask for a pencil with a low price, then it will be immediately granted. And if I need something more expensive, such as a new mobile phone, then my supervisor has to approve this request and then can either accept or deny it. Now let's see how we can automate the test that this process will stay stable for the future. First of all, I will create a new test project and select the flavor Ivy process test. A new project will be added to my workspace and in it a sample, which is already the most basic process test that I can write. We see that this JUnit test is annotated with Ivy process test, so it knows how to start the workflow engine. And it already picked the purchase request that we have just seen as process under test. And our only test method that is actually functional is using a BPM client that is being injected by the framework, which steers the process execution. So it starts by taking an input element to start with, the start event that we have in the process, and executes it, and we assert that we get some data back. So let me run this test and see whether it works. And it seems like it doesn't run out of the box. The exception tells me that I need to mock the dialog, which is obviously the case here because we have in the process a simple dialog which is normally filled by the user, and now we have to mock that behavior. So let me look up the data class that is being used here. It's called purchase data. Okay, that's all we need to make the mock. Before we do this request, we use the BPM client, mock the element by name. It's called enter product. And then we can define the mocking behavior. We now want a purchase data mock. From the project being executed, we will get a data object, the in. And now we can define what the user would fill on this data object and return it. Now I set the product to be the pencil. Price is $3. That should be it. And we run the test again. Okay, the test runs. Right now, we see also that we have a possibility to access the data being returned. This data corresponds with the history that we have when we use the process simulation. We see here on every element the data that was present back then. So we can likewise go to the test and say that purchase data on the final element has a specific value. Run that again. Okay, that seems to be green. Now we could also make assertions on the process elements that have been executed. We see that on the result that we get from the execution, we could also query elements that have been executed by name or by PID. And right now I want to pick the last element and assert it. And to do so, I will introduce an assertion library into my project. Okay, this gives me power to do express this assertion, so I can only write assert that and import this class. And we want that our last element would be this granted element. Run it again. Okay, the test is still green. So let me set valid names for this sample test. And also for the test method. Okay. Now let's try the other case where a supervisor has to accept my request. So we buy an expensive product. Again, we start the process normally, but we will buy an Android phone for $300. Expect to get data back, start the process. We will stop doing assertions here. Let me run that test again, as it is. Okay. So right now, I expect to arrive here where my supervisor has to pick up a task and accept my request. So I could do the assert that. So that result workflow. I can say I have one active task. Let me look up the name. Yeah, and the name must be verified product root. We will run that again. That seems to be true. Now we want to work as supervisor on the task that is present. So I pick start. We do not start a process element anymore, but we can say as we have only one active task, we want to continue on the previous result. And we need a special role to work on this. And the BPM client will automatically create the session that is able to work as supervisor. And then I would expect that my process ends as being granted. Let me see if that's true. No, it's not. Again, I get the exception that I have to mock out the dialog, which is certainly true because the supervisor sees this dialog where he can accept or decline my request. So we create another mock before executing. And again, we modify the purchase data. Right now we set accepted to true, which is what the supervisor will do on the dialog. And hopefully that leads to the granted element. Okay, test is green. So let me do a final assertion here. On the workflow state, I have a case here. And I want to test whether the case is really done or where there are any open tasks. Okay, test is green. So we have seen in this video that it is pretty easy to simulate workflow users that work on a real process and do assertions on the workflow and elements that were executed. And hopefully you will write such tests for your own processes. Thanks for watching.